Hi everyone, it's Gail and it's Mixed Media Monday. We are going to do faux leather today. Faux leather for some covers, maybe some tags and journal cards. I don't know. We'll see what trouble we can get into today. So let's say hi and hugs first to Leek, Shelly, Kathy, and Mary Lou. Thank you so much for watching and for your kind comments. Okay, so let me tell you what I have here. I have got Amazon packing paper. I've got a couple of 9x12 envelopes. I've got water. I've got my Mod Podge. I also have old distress ink pads. This is vintage photo, but they're old. And it's a perfect project for using your old ink pads. I've got a little cardstock here too in case we want to do some tags or something. So got a couple different kinds of envelopes. We're just going to jump right in. This one has the strip. I'm going to just close that. This one's got the, clasp, but it doesn't matter. You can do either. So let me show you. These are a couple of examples. This was a paper bag that had these ads and stuff on it. This one, I don't remember what that was, but I thought it would work well too. So anyway, that's kind of an example of other kinds of pages that you can use, or papers, I should say. Okay, so let's start with this Amazon packaging. That's ginormous. It's ginormous. I want to cut a piece that is big enough that it can wrap around my envelope. I'm gonna have to stand up to do this. Yeah, I want it to wrap around the edges nicely. So just gonna give it a cut. Okay, and then we'll go this way. Forget what came in the Amazon box that had all this packing, but I'm like, yes. Good. We could use it. Okay. So there's our piece of paper. I'm going to smooth it out only to crunch it up. So let me get my sleeves up and let's just, I should have gotten something to put under myself as I am doing the Mod Podge. I think I'll do that after I give this a scrunch. Just going to give it another. Okay, let me go grab something to put under so I protect my mat. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Very quick. It was just right on top. Okay, that will give us a little bit to help us not get the mat all goopy. Okay, so there's our paper. So now I'm going to take my old distress ink and I'm going to spray some water on it. And then I'm going to just rub it across the surface. And where it's wrinkled, it'll pick up the color. And I don't know, I probably have had this ink pad for 10 years. I don't know, long time. And it's still, when you put some water on it, it still gives you some color. So, okay, that's probably good. Okay, we can get those out of the way. Now, what I'm going to do is grab my envelope on this side and we're going to glue this on. Just gonna glue it like that. So, get the Mod Podge. I always put wax paper over my Mod Podge. It kind of helps it stay as it should. That corner's a little goobered, isn't it? Hang on one second. Can't have a goobered envelope. I'll put my ruler down in there and try and straighten that out a little. Okay, it's straight enough. I'll call it good. Yeah, this little envelope has actually seen better days, I think. But it'll be fine. The nice thing about these faux leather, the faux leather covers is they're really neutral. I mean, you can put a topper on them and use them for just about any themed journal, you know. So I like having them on hand for that reason. Okay, we're just gonna plop that down. Okay, and continue on. Well, I just finished lunch, Alfie and I. He loves carrots, and so I had baby carrots at lunchtime, and so he was all in. Just waiting for me to drop him one. Which every time I had one, I gave him one. So I had to check. I didn't know because he's getting older. I had to check with my daughter if he's still able to eat carrots, and she said he is. So we went for it today. So it usually takes about, I don't know, 4 or 5 times across to get this all down with the Mod Podge, but it's kind of a no-think sort of job, so I appreciate those kind of jobs, non-think jobs. Okay. And this one. I find it works better for me to do it in these sections like this, just because if I don't, then it starts to dry out, and it's not what I want, is for it to dry out. Don't want that. Well, I'm planning a big read this afternoon. I'm almost done with this book, but it's so good. It's a Kristen Hanna. It's called Winter Garden. You guys read it? It's good. Okay. We got that. Now, I'm going to turn this over, and we're just going to cut the corners, at an angle. Uh-oh, my laundry's done. You're gonna have to wait till after I'm done with my video laundry. That's all. I'll read and finish my laundry. That's what I'll do this afternoon. Sounds glorious, doesn't it? The reading part. Not so much the laundry part. Okay. I'm just going to throw those away. Don't need them. Except they are kind of fun, and throw them away. I know, I kind of tend to keep everything. And then we're going to get these edges put down. pull it tight and smooth it over the edge. Okay, and then this one. Like that. Going over the edge again. This just puts me right over the edge. We'll play on words there. Okay, and then need a little bit more right there. Okay. This side. And this side. Like so. And next, what we're gonna do is Mod Podge over it. A little space there. I didn't do the best job of cutting, but it doesn't matter. I'll probably put something over it. Okay. I did want to show you, like on this, I'll show you on this one. You see I have the sides up, and then what I'll do, whatever journal I am going to use it, I'll just Mod Podge a digital from whatever kit on to the inside. So I wanted to tell you that too. Now we just have to Mod Podge over the whole thing. So I'm going to start with the inside just because that's where we're at right now. And we'll get that all Mod Podged down, and then we'll do the other side once this dries a little bit. And I'm always generous with the Mod Podge, so it might take it a bit to dry, but that's okay. I have several other projects I want to do with this, so this can dry while that goes. It makes a tough cover too, because and I know I'll get the question, because I always do, about Mod Podge being sticky. Once it's all completely dry, you can rub baby powder over it, and just a small amount of baby powder, just rub it over and it will take any stickiness away. I don't have too much trouble with stickiness, but I live in a dry climate, so that's probably why. Okay, almost there on this one. Kind of helps to go every which way because of the wrinkles. Okay. So there's that side. Missed a spot. So I'm going to let that dry, but this will, there's the outside right now before it's Mod Podged. Okay, set that aside over here. And we'll get back to it. Gotta have a baby wipe too. Let's wipe the hands a little bit. Okay, next one, what I wanted to do is to use a different material, if you will. This is a grocery bag, part of a grocery bag. And so, Yeah, this is double here, so I'm gonna take that off. And yeah, let's do it the same way. It's a different weight. I would say the Amazon is a bit thinner than this grocery sack, but I thought we'd just do each and see the differences and stuff. Rip that, but that doesn't matter because it'll be all put down. Let's see. That's pretty good. It's not super wrinkly on the edges, but that doesn't bother me. Okay, let's do our little water and old ink pad trick here and see what we get here. If you go over it with your ink and you don't feel like it's wrinkled enough, just wrinkle it some more. Little faux leather happening here today. Okay. Here's our envelope. So we're just gonna, yeah, that's gonna be good right there. Okay. Now we're just gonna Mod Podge some more. More Mod Podging to happen. So did you guys have a good Easter? I hope so. Of course, I'm filming this ahead, so I have no idea. I do know our little visit with our son and his family was awesome, but don't really know yet how Easter's gone. Hope good. I kind of feel bad, though. Our son's family and our daughter's family, they've been traveling so much with volleyball that I feel kind of bad that they're traveling to hang out with us, but I'm happy they are. Okay, so let's go right about there. Okay. I think we'll get this one in 3 maybe. So we watched a good documentary last night. Our son told us about it. It's on Apple TV, and it's about Stephen Curry, the basketball player. Oh my gosh, what a story. I want every young kid that is in sports and has big dreams to watch that, because it was really, really cool. Really inspirational. You know, I mean, the thing of it is no one is born to be great at something. Anything, sports, art, anything. It's a lot of work and a lot of practice and a lot of dedication to what you're doing. And kind of that's what this was about. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. Cried at the end. I always cry at the end. just a little sentimental girl I am. Okay, there we go there. Now, nice and rubbed it down, and then can cut these. Yeah, I think this one will be a little more stiff than the other, but I think it's going to be good. So these will take a while to dry. But hopefully I can show you in the next video once they're all dry and ready to go. Okay. We're going to put the flaps down again. Sounds like pilot talk, doesn't it? Put the flaps down. Okay. Sure that's bent right around the edge. Yeah, I've kind of been sad I haven't had any of these at the ready because, like I say, it's nice if you just need a cover. You can just, make a little topper with your kit you're using, and then you've got it. Okay. See, that's got that little hole, but what I'll do is just make sure that whatever paper's on the inside is good and covering. Alfie's upstairs taking a nap. Yeah, it's so funny. The dogs just don't like our basement. I don't know what it is. Something down here. I mean, there's only, in this space, there's only one window. That could be it. I don't know. But they just never come down here. Even though they could be down here with me. I mean, I get them wanting to be upstairs when Mike's home, but Mike's not home. And this is carpet, and the upstairs is wood. So it'd be much more comfortable to lay down here, I would think. Okay. This one's ripped too, so we kind of got to work that closed. There we go. We got a good cover on that, though. Okay, even though this is a bit sticky, maybe I can kind of wipe that off a little bit. I'm going to do this side just so you can see this side. I'm going to pick this for my front cover, this for my back cover. That's not that it matters when you're doing this, because it doesn't. Okay. We're just going to cover the whole shebang. I'm trying to kind of smooth it a little bit so it's not so stuck in the cracks. And when you do this, your paintbrush is going to get inky. I mean, it's picking up the ink from the page a little bit. So just FYI. Don't let that bother you. Doesn't matter. You might get a little color in your Mod Podge, but that's not a bad thing. At least not in my world. Okay. Gosh, this morning when I was getting ready, somebody drove by our house and it was like a hot rod. It was so noisy, and I looked out the window and the school bus had just gone by, and I think whoever it was mad. They had to stop for the school bus, and they were just like gunning their car. Like, oh my goodness, life's too short, person. Don't be stressing about stopping for a school bus. Okay, we're almost there. Then you'll kind of be able to see this when it's, you know, when it's more dry too. Because, well, I'll set it aside and we'll look at them both before we're done with the video here. And then, like I say, I'll show you tomorrow what they look like. Trying to get down in those creases a little bit. Yeah, it's a going every which way sort of situation that you need to do here. Okay. Just getting some out of these creases now. Don't want any glops. Okay, but there we go on that. That is going to be super fun. Okay, I'm just going to wipe this off now for the minute. We'll be dipping back in just a second with the next project, but we'll just set this aside and see how it dries in the next little while too. Okay, so then my thought is, if you can do faux leather on the covers, could I do a faux leather on tags or journal cards? So I've got a piece of cardstock here, and then I've got some real thin packaging. And so I think that's what I'm going to do, is do some on here. Let's see how it works. I haven't done this before. So it's an experiment. We'll see how we do. But I'm just going to use the same process. And I think it should work out okay. Okay. Well, I just had another thought about this. We might try after this. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to take my cardstock and I'm going to, oh wait, gotta do my inking. It's like the, I don't know, the ink goes on a little differently than it does on the thicker packaging, but I like it. Okay. All right. right, now we can put glue on the coffee dyed cardstock. Okay. Once again, I'm just going to kind of do the edge here. I'm not sure why, but I'm feeling like I might just get this in 2 swipes. Okay, then I'm just gonna plop this down. It's kind of fun. It's got some sort of little defect in the packaging. This is packing paper too, but it's a lighter one. Okay, I think we've got it. Now for this one, I'm not gonna Mod Podge over the top because I'm gonna want to decorate these. I'm gonna want to be able to yeah, I'm gonna want to be able to glue on them and have it stick and all that kind of stuff. So I am not, a little bit right there. I'm not gonna go over the top of these ones. Okay. Fun. Okay, we'll set that aside to dry. This one, let's see, that's not big enough. What about this one? Ooh, just. Okay, this one could go back with this other packing. Might do it one at a time or something. Okay, so let's get this looking like leather. Okay. And you could do other colors of inks too. That's another thing you could do, is not just do the vintage photo as I am, but you could do, if you've got other colors, you could sure do that too. Okay, there's that one. Well, then we'll get these cut up. But I just thought it would be fun to try. When I felt that thinner paper, I was like, I don't know if that will be all that great on a cover. I like the idea of thicker on a cover. And so I thought, well, what about tags and journal cards or whatever? Okay. That halfway. So lay that down. Do this side. I'm trying to get to the edge pretty well too, just so it's not peeling up on the edge. Don't want that. But you can always stick a little art glitter glue under there or something too. Okay. And there we go there with that one. Okay. There's that one. That didn't get that corner very well. I just said that, didn't I? Okay, there's that one. So then my thought is, let's use this little piece and do I have at hand some tags? Not really, but talk amongst yourselves one more second. I just grabbed some little tags out of my, some of them are not what I want, but go put those back. Okay, I thought we could just do these like individually, you know. I've got a couple here. Okay, so we got to make this look like leather first. Got a whole table of stuff drying. Isn't that a good feeling? Okay. So, as to use up this little piece also, I'm going to use I have two old distressing pads. That one's kind of saturated. Let's begin anew with this one. See what we can do. Oh boy, it's juicy. Oh yeah, that's fun. Okay. I am just an inky girl right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these is just go ahead and put the Mod Podge on one side. Again, I'm trying to get clear to the edge. We'll see if I succeed this time. Okay. There's one. I'm just going to line it up with the bottom of the paper, I think. That way, I mean, if this works out well, if you don't have a big piece, you're still okay. You can still do this project. You do save your packing paper, don't you? If you don't, you might get kicked out of the journal making community. Yeah, we are savers of all manner of garbage, aren't we? See, the other thing I was thinking is like old Tim Holtz packaging or something. You could put this over the top of the packaging. That'd be kind of cool too. Are you gonna fit here? No. So I might as well do another big one, I guess. Okay. All right. Line that one up there. You could use a scraper to scrape these down if you wanted to. I'm not bothering, just using my hands. Okay, I think I'm gonna say it's time to clean this up, and we'll kind of look through and see what we got. We'll cut up those others if they're somewhat dry. Okay, Mod Podge is closed. Water, wipe up the brush. These silicone brushes are quite awesome for doing your Mod Podge. I have really enjoyed having those. Okay, so now that's going to dry. These can go back where I got them. Let's see. Oh, maybe we need to, do we need to Mod Podge this one? It's drying, all except for these spots where I have too much. Let's go ahead and Mod Podge that too. Then it'll be done. I'm sure we have time. This is a pretty quick project, really, I think. But with awesome results. Like, I love these as covers. I always try and get this edge too, just so that it's, the Mod Podge adds a bit of a layer of toughness, I would say, to your cover. So, yeah, we'll do this one too. Why not? You've got the basic technique. If you're pressed for time, you can just not watch the rest where we're cutting things up and stuff. Don't ever want to keep you past the time you have. But, like I say, basic technique is you've got it. So very neutral background. They look really cool with a topper on the front. Also, these are great ones for, you know, if you are somebody who hikes or does nature studies or whatever, to throw in your backpack. I think they'll hold up pretty good. And if it gets a little worn, it just adds to the character, don't you think? There is a type of Mod Podge that's, I think it's antique Mod Podge or something like that. and it's already got the coloring in it. And I've often wondered if somebody was Mod Podging over Distress ink, and that's when I had the idea, oh, we could put a little color in it and make it look antiqued. Used to have some of that. I think I'm out. I think it dried up on me. Just got to do more with it, I guess. You could, when you're doing this part, you could Mod Podge a napkin on. That'd be cute. There's another idea. So let's see. We've got a couple weeks till May 6th, don't we? But I'm going to start teasing you and telling you that there's something coming on May 6th that you're not going to want to miss. Oh, how's that for being mysterious? So excited. So excited. It's always on my mind, so that's why you guys hear most everything that's on my mind. Mostly comes out in a video, doesn't it? Okay, so those are kind of fill in a couple spots maybe. It's got a little extra there. Let's see, I need another wet one. Just gonna kind of take a little bit of this off. That's pretty good. Yeah, so we got that one done too. Fun. Okay, let's cut up this other and see what we get. Oops, it's not how I do it. Put this on first. Keeps the lid from gluing itself on. I think other people have told me their technique for keeping it, but I can't remember right now, so I can't share that. Okay. So we got that one done on that side too. Let me show you. This one's starting to dry. See how that just looks leathery? Isn't that awesome? Okay. So let those two dry. I think I can get rid of this now too. Toss it on the floor. Okay, the first one of these we did. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is cut around the edges. And just clean up those edges. Okay. That's kind of cool paper. I'm going to keep it with my grunged up paper. I'm just going to throw it in there. Waste not, want not. Okay. Might be slightly wet for cutting, but we're going to try it anyway. there's our paper now. I'm going to use Timmy here. Whoops. Gonna just knock everything for a loop. And well, I'm going to cut this at, let's see. Let's cut it at 6 here. Yeah, it's going to cut okay. And then let's cut at 3 inches. And let's cut at 3, which is going to leave one at 2.5. But I'll have 3 tags. They feel really cool. And then I was thinking on this one, what if I made it a, oopsie, what if I made it a couple of journal cards? So it'd be 8.5 this way. So we probably want to go about 4 1/4. And we've got 2 journaling cards to decorate. Then, let's see how these come out. These ones that we put on individually. We'll go ahead and cut that out. Like I say, I might do a little, bit of art glitter glue on the edges in case I didn't get it well enough, which I probably didn't. That'd be my guess. My guess is that it'll need a little work. Okay, that's a cool piece of paper too. All right. Oh, I know why I'm having more trouble. I'm not using my finer scissors. Okay, cool. So I would want to punch a hole in that and put a hole reinforcer on there. How are we doing time-wise? We're just about done, guys. Just about done. I have that other one to cut up. The other cardstock. So I'll do that. But I like these. This was my experiment on the skinny little piece that I had to just go tag by tag, and I like it. And I like the other ones too. Yes, fun. So you know what I think I might do just for fun. Sorry, I can't stop. Yeah, so we still have this one to do, but these that are a little darker, I think I might take this and do the edges. Yep. Yeah, that does the edges really nice. I'm gonna give a little squirt again. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So that was a good stroke of business for today. So we have 6 tags and a couple of journal cards from the one piece, and I still have this piece left to go. And we have this one that has the front all done already. And then whenever I decide what I'm going to do, I'll put that on here. I need to do a little Mod Podge around the edges. And then we have this one that's just in drying stages. Yeah, not a bad stroke of business, guys. Well, thanks so much for being here on Mixed Media Monday. We will just see you in the next video. Have a grateful day and be kind always. Bye, everyone.